Hey guys, John Faulkner here, and today I'm going to answer one of your guys' most asked questions. We pretty much get it everywhere, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and that is, what is your everyday carry? And it's a Thursday. This is a normal everyday. I just came in and I decided, hey, we're going to tackle this and we're going to answer it once and for all. So, so you guys know, I usually wear a polo shirt or a button-down shirt, regular jeans or khaki pants pretty much every day. I don't wear cargo pants. I don't wear BDUs or anything like that. So everything you're going to see me carry, I carry on a daily basis. You know, some people will say, man, it looks like a ton. Some people will say, no way, he carries that every day. But those that know me, see me out and about, have taken classes with me. This is what I carry every single day. And it's been years and years of evolving, moving things around, trying different things. And I've kind of been settled on what I wear. The position is always the same on me. Like my pocket knife is always on my right side, my flashlight's always on my left front pocket. They'll change every now and then, but the two that I'm carrying are probably what I carry 75%, 80% of the time. So that's it, you know. So on my first thing, I'll just kind of start on my hands here. This is from a company called GTFO. This is an elastic, like a bungee kind of bracelet, I guess you'll call it. But it has a steel bead on the end of it, a carbide steel bead. And what this is used for is you can kind of pop it like you used to do people with rubber bands and pop it. But the carbide steel bead can actually break tempered glass. So things like side windows of cars, things like that. So if you ever find yourself and needed, you know, like a punch or something to break out a window, it's something that's there. On the back side of it actually has a handcuff key. So it's a very indiscreet way. I've gone through probably 100 different airports. Nobody's ever cared that I have that on me. It's always on me. So that's what I carry. It's always on my left wrist. And I've been carrying this one right here. I mean, it pretty much has like sweat stains on it. I've carried it for probably a year or so. Wedding ring, and then on my right or my left wrist here, sorry, I carry, and this is the watch that I use pretty much every single day. It's a Lumtech B43 watch. I love Lumtech. Made in America. It's a fantastic watch. I just have a NATO strap on it right now. Sometimes I have a leather strap or a rubber strap on it, but a fantastic watch, fantastic company. I love it. It keeps fantastic time and a really good price for really what you get there. So that's what I carry, you know, on my wrists. I don't carry anything in t-shirt pockets or sleeve pocket, anything like that. So right pocket. So my right side, I always carry my knife on that pocket. I use this all the time. This was one of my things that I kind of splurged on. I do like a lot of knives. I like high-end knives. And this is a Grimsmo Knives Norseman. Fantastic company, small business out of Canada. It's 100% CNC'd. Handles out of titanium. They do everything in-house. It's just a cool company. I love their products. It's a fantastic knife. The blade is even CNC machined. I just love it. It's just a great knife. I love it, and I've carried it for a long time. Are they expensive? Yes, but I've beat the mess out of that knife. I carry it almost every day. The other knives that might fit into my rotation, there's only two more. It's a Spyderco Paramilitary 2, which I love, and I think it's one of the best folding knives out there, or a Benchmade bug out if I want something a little bit smaller, lighter weight. So that's what I carry in my pocket. And then in my right pocket, this is where I keep my wallet. TK422 Designs aluminum wallet, super lightweight, really small. That's what I carry there. And then in the coin pocket, the watch pocket, I think is what it's actually called. I keep two items. A small Leatherman squirt. This is the PS4 Leatherman squirt. Small little pliers that I use all the time. And this is probably the one tool. Everybody says it's kind of dumb. This is probably the one tool that I use more than anything else in my EDC. I love the plier feature on it. I use the flathead screwdriver. As you can see, it's pretty worn out. I use that for making adjustments on rifle scopes. I use it for prying nails and staples out of things. But the biggest feature that I love about these that I use all the time are the scissors. I carry these all the time, and I love the fact that I have scissors. If I got to cut thread off my string or tape or anything, I love having a good little pair of scissors. And then I also carry a mini Bic lighter. You know, if I ever needed to start a fire, I don't smoke, but I carry this every day. And wrapped around it, I have a small piece of duct tape. or gaffer's tape, whatever you kind of want to use, with a quick tender tab under there, just so I can have an extended fire if I needed to get a fire started in a bad weather situation or something like that. And then a little mod that I do is you take a small zip tie and just put it under the plunger so that you can't push it down and all the gas escape out, but it still just pops on and off very easy if you get it adjusted just right. And then all you got to do is put a couple drops of glue on the zip tie and it'll stay there forever, and you always have a way to start a fire. So that's all I carry in my right front pocket. Left front pocket, I carry my car keys. So always got to have car keys, and I keep it I try to keep everything as trim as possible. All I have is my car key and my house key. That's it. As far as work keys, I kind of have a janitorial, ring set, but I keep that in my backpack. So that's where that stays. I just don't like a ton of keys in my pocket. And then I usually have some cash on me. And then clipped to my left front pocket right now is the Surefire Stiletto Pro. It's kind of hard to beat this light. I love the fact that it's rechargeable. Sometimes I'll do a Surefire Tactician. Sometimes I'll do like an Olight Warrior at times. But the stiletto, being as thin as it is, it fits really good in a pocket. It never really bothers you. And I love the fact that it's rechargeable. Just plug it in. Because I use a flashlight quite a bit, so I love the fact that I'm not having to deal with CR123s or anything like that. I can just put it on my nightstand, plug in a micro USB, let it charge, and be good to go the next day. So Stiletto Pro up in my left front pocket. And then as far as CCW, sorry, I got a microphone cable there. I carry an M&P full-size 9mm. This is an Agency Arms build with a Surefire X300 and a Trijicon RMR Type 2 on it. This is a gun that I've carried for well over a year. It fits very, very comfortable. I'm 6'5". So, some people might say, oh, it's too big. I like carrying a full-size gun. This is riding in a Veil Solutions holster. I think they make the best holsters out there, extremely comfortable. And with the claw feature that they put on it, it really brings the grip of the gun into your stomach so you don't get as much printing on your shirt. So, I like that feature. I have taken probably 7 or 8 pistol classes, and I literally show up dressed just like this. I don't use an outside the waistband holster or anything like that. I literally show up, as approval with the trainer, of course, but I show up and I run my appendix carry rig, just this gun, this holster, these pants, this shirt, because if you're going to train for real world scenarios, train like you're going to be in the real world. Don't put on a war belt and go to class all weekend long and then take the war belt off, throw it in your big box or your trunk of your car or whatever, and then put your CCW holster back on. So this is what I carry. This is what I use. I love it. Inside of it, I run 124 grain HSTs in it. So that's what I run as far as ammo. And then also on the front of me here, clipped to my belt, I run a Clinch Pic. This is something that comes from ShivWorks. This one has actually been redone by Bantang. They do some extra grinds. So the regular Clinch Pic is actually not sharp on the bottom. It doesn't have an edge, it's only the top. And this is a close quarter. I've run it on my left side. In case I was unable to get to a firearm, I can clinch it, I can pull it out real quick. It's extremely small, it doesn't take up a ton of room, gives me a blade defensive option. That's pretty much all it's used for. I never use it to like cut boxes or anything. It's just a defensive use, but Craig Douglas and the guys over at ShivWorks have made a fantastic blade. It fits in the palm of your hand really, really well. This is the V2 version, which I like even more than the original one. And it's just one of those things where it's just made for ripping if somebody was on top of you, stabbing and ripping pretty much. And but I like the fact that Bantang puts 2 blades on it just in case I wasn't able to get it over the top of somebody to use the back side of the blade, or the top side I should say. If I could only get it there, I can at least slice and try to create some room. And it goes into a holster and it just goes to the front of my belt, and it's easy to pull out with my support hand. So I've carried that for a long time. And then everything is on a Blue Force Gear EDC belt. This exact belt I've probably used for over 2 years. It's starting to get a little frayed, but guys over at Blue Force, Kurt and the guys over there, man, it makes such a good product at Blue Alpha Gear. Sorry, I said Blue Force Gear, Blue Alpha Gear. This is their EDC belt, and one of the things that I found with running an appendix rig for so long, I've just done away with all buckles. I have nothing against, Aegis buckles or anything like that, but they start to get big and bulky, and then when you try to put a full-size gun, you just start to have stacking issues. And you know, I know you guys, a lot of guys will say like, oh, turn your belt buckle to the side or run it to this side. And then you got to go to the bathroom and you're trying to like feed it through loops and slide it back over to undo it. I just run this. It's very simple. It's very low profile. The Blue Alpha gear now makes a plastic one even, so like you don't even have to take it off going through TSA if that's, you know, if that's something you're looking for. It's stiff enough that it holds a full-size belt, but it's still comfortable. So that's what I've worn for a long time. And then in my back right pocket, that's where I keep my cell phone. iPhone 11 Pro Max, iPhone 11 Max, whatever. And then in my left rear pocket, I think that's like a forgotten pocket. Whatever support side you are, nobody ever puts anything in their back pockets. This is a Wilderness, the wilderness.com. It's a Wilderness. This is a double pistol pouch that I've used for a long time. It sits like this in my pocket, so if I were to reach back, it would index my spare mag. I believe that every single CCW holder should carry a spare mag, because most of the time, if you're ever going to have an issue with your gun, it can be solved by changing the mag. So 124 grain HSTs in there. And then this is a little, we'll call it an escape and evade kit, whatever you want to call it. But it's just got a couple of things in it. First of all, it's got some extra cash just in case I ever need money. I think that's kind of forgotten. It's got a signal mirror in it. It's got a way to start fire, some lock picks that I can use very, very well. And it's just got a couple of different tools, you know, that I might use at some point or another, and I have used before. I've had buddies that have locked themselves out of their house, and I was able to pull out this kit and get them back into their house. So it's got a little diamond blade in it if I got to cut through something. So just a cool little useful kit. Rides in my back pocket, and I pretty much forget that it's there. So that's everything that I carry in my pockets. And then, you know, I believe too that if you carry a firearm, if you carry something that makes holes, you should be able to carry something that plugs holes. So I carry an ankle rig. It's where I found the most comfortable. I tried carrying tourniquets like inside the waistband rigs and stuff for a long time, and I found that an ankle rig, it works the best for me. It might not work for you, but it works the best for me. I wear jeans pretty much every single day. When I don't wear jeans, I actually have a small bag that I carry that has medical stuff in it. But this is from Frog.pro. It's actually a company that's overseas, but they are imported by a couple of people here in America. But this is their rig, and I just started using this about 3 months ago. I was using a progressive force training rig for probably 2 or 3 years before that, the same exact one. And this one just it was a little bit simpler, and that's why I kind of liked it. I gravitated towards it. It's got elastic, just 3 elastic pockets on it. The front here is actually cut. This is a couple of different attachments. It's got a MOLLE attachment, and it's got these holes so you can put bungee cord through it also. So if you wanted to attach gloves to the outside, a flashlight, an extra magazine, whatever you would want to put on it, you could, and then when it Velcros up, you got some extra space. I try to keep this pack as small as possible and as thin as possible. I don't wear big, huge, baggy jeans. So, a lot of people say like, oh, you should carry trauma shears. I could never get a comfortable feel with trauma shears just because they're so big with the handles. So I actually carry a Benchmade. This is the Triage. So it's got a blunt front blade on it. So if you had to run it up somebody's pants, you don't have to worry about gouging them. And then it also has a rescue hook on the back, which you could use this for seat belts. You can also use it for dressing somebody as well, and getting them ready. And it has a glass breaker on it. But I like the fact that it's thin and trim, and it sits in there and it doesn't really poke out. And then I got a decompression needle just in case it were needed. Make sure you have medical training if you're planning on using one. In this pocket, I got tape, I got gloves, I got 2 chest seals, and I got a hemostatic agent quick gloves as well. So it's very, very trim. And on the back, I know a lot of people are going to want to comment on this as well. I have a rat's tourniquet. Is a rat's tourniquet the best tourniquet out there? No. I'd prefer a cat tourniquet. That's what I like to use the best. But once again, they're bigger, they're bulkier. The hard plastic parts on it, it just makes it big. And so I choose to go with a rat's tourniquet because I'd rather have something on me than not want to carry it as much because it's big and bulky. I also have a 4-year-old son, so a rat's tourniquet just works better at being able to compress and help stop the bleeding on a small limb if you were to need to do that also. So a rat's tourniquet fits that role a little bit better. Could you put a soft T wide or a cat tourniquet or a Rev Medics tourniquet in here? Absolutely. You know, they'd slide right in, and more power to you. So that's what I carry on my ankle, and that's pretty much it. You know, I mean, it looks like a ton of stuff, but as you can see, I mean, it fits in just regular jean pockets every single day, and it has taken time to you know, really dissect every single sector and figure out how to integrate it. And that's what I challenge you guys. You know, make sure that you have a system that is repeatable and that's comfortable. I can sit down in the car with my holster, with all this gear, and drive for 10 hours if I have to. We do it all the time, and never get uncomfortable. So find the correct holster, find the correct belt, you know, and then find ways to, you know, carry that's comfortable for you. You might say, John, I've tried to carry a mag so many different ways. You know, it just always felt weird with holsters or whatever. You know, try your back pocket and just try to mix it up, but try to come up with a system that is repeatable and that's comfortable for you. That's my biggest advice that I could have. So I hope this answered all your questions as far as what my EDC is and what I carry. If you got any other questions on EDC, feel free to leave them below. We'll definitely be around the next couple of days to answer them. And be sure to hit that like button as well. It really helps us spread the word about what we're doing here. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, be safe.